All right, so our first three exercises, we are going to use our resistance bands. We are going to have a lateral walk where the resistance band goes around our ankles. We want to make sure that we keep resistance the entire time. So as we move in the walk, we don't want to come so close that the band falls down to our feet. Then we're going to go into hip abduction. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways we can do this. I'm going to show you right now, so when we get into it, we're not doing it. So the first is you can just stand, hands on your hip, shift your weight to one leg and come out. And then you're just going to very lightly tap your foot down. If balance is an issue, there's no reason you can't hold on to a wall to balance yourself. You're going to want a slight bend in your standing leg. The other option is to lie down and do it from the floor. I'm going to do it standing up just because getting up and down is a real pain in the butt. And then the last in the first set is a squat to calf raise. So we're going to bring the band up above our knees with your feet a little more than hip width apart. We're going to squat down and come up into a calf raise. Down and into a calf raise. So first one, we're going to do 24, 12 one way, 12 back the other. So as you can see, my feet are both pointing straight. We want to keep it that way. A nice way to think about it is to lead with your heel. That way it'll keep you from leading with your foot, which ends up turning out. So, and we want to be in a slight squat for this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. You should be feeling this in your quads. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, and 24. Our next one is the hip abductor. So we're going to do 12 on each side. So you see I have the slight bend. I don't want to throw all my weight over. Find your balance. Make sure your core is engaged. And 1, 2, 3, 12, over to the other leg. Ooh. And again, you're going to be feeling this in your quads, also in your outer glutes. 11 and 12. And then our last is our squat to calf raise. 1, 2, with your calf raise, you want to think about going up and not forward. If you go forward, you do what I did, you gotta stumble into it. When you're going down into your squat, you want to go down so that you're parallel, your thighs are parallel, and your chest stays up. So your chest shouldn't be going to your thighs. You're not hinging, you're squatting down and up. 2 more. And last one for 12. Also, when you're doing your squats, make sure that your knees don't cave in or they don't bow out. Your knees should be in a line over your heels. So now we're going to go back to our band walk. 1, 3. So don't forget your slight squat here. You can go into a deeper squat if you're not feeling it enough into your quads, but generally you will feel it even in the slightest of squat. I lost count, so I'm going to say this is 11, 12, 13, 14, and again, make sure that your core is engaged. 4 more, and 24. hip abductors. So make sure to keep that slight bend in your standing knee. And you don't need a whole lot of movement here, just enough that you're getting your quad, your inner quad, and your outer glute activated. Last one, switch sides. All right. Squat the calf raise. 1, 2, whoops. No, it felt a little easy. 1, don't forget to pull your band up above your knees. 3, I put my arms out in front, that helps with balance. You don't need to, you can put it on your hips if you want. I lose my balance when I do that, so. 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, last time through. Back to our lateral walk. So slight squat and 1. Nope. See? This is why we're not getting up and down too, because I would be all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4. 14. 23 and 24. Our abductors. 1, 2, 3. By now you should be feeling your heart rate getting up there. 9, 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, and 12. And then pull your band up. Last round of squat to calf raises. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you find yourself with your knees caving in, either lighten your resistance or take the resistance off and see if that helps. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so first round through. Next, we're going to keep the band and we're going to move into upper body. So our first is tricep extensions. We're going to take the band, we're going to hold it with one arm up by our shoulder or collarbone. And then with the other, we're going to grab it and we're going to simply extend. We are targeting this muscle right back here, our tricep. Shouldn't really be feeling it anywhere else. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're just literally grabbing it and pulling down while pulling back a little bit. 12. Now we're going to switch and do our other arm. I like to hold it with hand going in this way, my other hand going that way. Just feels comfortable to me, but however it feels comfortable to you, that's all that really matters. So 1, 2, I don't know if you can see the muscle or not. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we have 2 more, 11, and 12. All right. Oh, next one is horizontal arms. So you're just gonna slide the band around your wrist, put your arms straight out in front of you, and spread your arms out as far as you can go. This is targeting your shoulders and your pecs. So this is where you should be feeling it. You should not be feeling any strain in your neck. If you are, make sure that your arms are straight out in front of you, that they're not up high or not down too low, and that your resistance is right. You might have to go a little lighter resistance for these. I mean, I'm using a medium weight just so we don't have to switch up. So straight out in front and bring it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, you don't have to go very far in the movement for your muscles to engage and for you to feel it. We have 1 more. And then our last one, we're going to target our upper back. Basically the same move. The resistance band is around your arms, or around your wrist. Your hands are behind your back, and you're just going to pull out slightly. You can have your arms up here and pull out, or down here, wherever you're comfortable. 1, 2, 3. You're also going to feel this in your triceps because I am feeling it in mine. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm going to grab a lighter band for that next time. Back to our triceps. We started this way right here. So just so you can see the muscle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. To the other side. Guess I need some music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then I'm going to lighten up for these 2. 1, 2. So with the lighter band, you can see that I can go a little farther. And while it doesn't matter about how far apart you're going, it feels less of a strain and more of a work on the muscles, and that's what we're looking for. It should never hurt when you're doing an exercise. If it hurts, something's not right and we need to switch it up. Uncomfortable is okay, but pain isn't. So here, I have hands behind, and I'm gonna raise my arms a little higher because I want it to get into my back more, and we're gonna pull 1, 2. So again, this is shoulders and back, and those triceps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 2 more, and last one. All right. Last time through. Then we are halfway done. So we're going to start with the triceps. And we went this way last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And as you're doing this, you may find that you can start out with a heavier band, but then by the second or third set, you need to drop. That's fine. Resistance bands have a weight equivalent to them. So there's nothing wrong with that. It just means that you're probably somewhere kind of in between. And I do it with my weights a lot. It's actually really good to kind of load them in the beginning and no, I'm not gonna be able to actually perform that properly anymore, so you reduce. So that's the horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and now we're going to go to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 1 minute. All right. So our next 3 are reverse lunges, step ups, and skaters. Step ups, if you don't have step ups, we can do toe taps. Step ups, you can use a stair, chair, bench, whatever you have. I'm going to, for the sake of space, use my step. This way so you can see. I often, if I'm doing them, just use the bench. A little bit different, but I've also done them plenty of times on my stairs. Because we're looking for hit, I'm not necessarily looking for range of motion, especially with the lunges. So I'm not normally in a lunge. I want to see your knee go pretty far to the ground. And this, I just want to get our heart rate up. So we're going to do reverse lunges, total of 24, because we're going to alternate. So, ready? Here we go. I think we're doing 24 on all of these. So, 1, 2, 3, and you can use your arms if it helps. The wrong way. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, halfway there. One, 22, 23, and 24. So when you're doing those, think about stepping back and dropping down. So you're not coming forward, and your front knee shouldn't be bending over your ankle or over your toes. It should stay pretty close to over your ankle because you're stepping back and kind of sinking down a little bit. So our next ones are the step ups. You're going to start with 1 foot on a stair, on step, anything with a little bit of elevation, and you're just going to tap up and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, and again, you can use your hands if it helps. 12, and then we're going to switch. 1, and hello, Richard Simmons. I love this step. This step is so handy. Oh, and then our last one is skaters. So with skaters, think of it like ice skating, right? I'm gonna step one way, and this is gonna go behind. So I'm going to feel a stretch. I'm gonna feel it in this hip over here, and then in my waist as well. And again, our whole point is to kind of get our heart rate up. So we're going to move here. And we're gonna do a total of 24, so we get 12 on each side. 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 4. All right, so back to the reverse lunge. 1, and we're gonna move through this kind of quickly because the whole point is to really kind of spike our heart rate. All right, to our step. This step's a little low. And then our skaters. 8, 10, 3 more. All right, back to our reverse lunges. 4, 18, 20, 2, 3, and 24. And step ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, like this, we want you, as soon as your foot touches the ground, bring it back up. We don't want to rest our whole foot on the ground, but that defeats the whole purpose of moving quickly and getting our heart rate up. 10, 11, and 12. I'm just gonna move that out of the way real quick. Back to our skaters. 2, 8. Now, if you're skaters, if you really want to push yourself, get down low, so that you're deep into that squat. And you're getting kind of a curtsy squat going. Pushes more into the waist as well. I totally lost count because I started talking, and we're gonna say 3 more. 2 and 3. All right, so our last 3 exercises, focus on our core. We're gonna start with bird dog. Then we're gonna move into dead bug, and then we're going to move into one of my favorites, windshield wipers. Bird dog is a great exercise, not just for strengthening your core. It's a good warm-up all over. Anytime that you're doing alternating body parts, wakes your brain up. It's good for balance. So, bird dog, down on your hands and your knees, and you're going to, you want your wrist under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and you're going to alternate. So this knee is going to come back and this hand's going to come up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that your core is engaged. So by that, you want to think about pulling your navel in towards your spine. I'm gonna stop for a minute. What you don't wanna do is suck up like you're trying to look skinny. You want to pull your navel directly back, or brace your stomach like someone's going to punch you. It's another way to think of it. So 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is really good for all of your abdominal muscles, your deep abdominal muscles, the ones that support your spine. So it strengthens your back and your core, because your core actually wraps around your entire spinal column. And we're used to thinking crunches and sit-ups that target those obliques. This is actually strengthening your entire core. And last one. All of these exercises are focused on that entire core, because you can't really build a six-pack if you have a weak core all the way around. So our next one, honestly, almost the same thing, but instead of being on our knees, we're lying on our back. If you can, you want your feet up, bent like this. You should have your knee over your hip and your calves parallel and your arms up. And you're going to extend opposite and come back up. Don't bring your knees into your chest. You want to keep them here and keep your core engaged. If this is too much, you can drop your arms and just do your feet. You can drop your feet. No. You can drop your feet and then come up with one and extend and come up and down, up, and do it that way. I would never, ever, I would get so confused doing that. That's an option if you're smarter than I am. I would say this, because this is really getting the core, and it's the same movement, and then you can progress up to the arms. See what I mean? I am not good about the alternating, and I'm still not, for the love of God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. I'm going to show you a little trick. The small of your back, which the small of my back loves to be arched off the ground. So you want your back on the ground. It supports your back. One of the easiest ways to do this, and this is something that I just recently learned about a year and a half ago, literally lift your butt off the ground and slowly roll your back down, and then your back's flat on the ground. And there you go. And then, basically, you can go down, and then once I get to about here, you can see my back comes up. So I don't go that far. That way my back remains in a nice neutral position, and I don't have to worry about hurting my lower back. And then the last one is windshield wiper. So again, you want to make sure that back is flat. You can either have your knees bent or knees straight whatever is more comfortable for you. And you're just going to put your arms out like a T so you have support. And you're going to just bring your legs over to one side until you feel the twist. If your shoulder comes off the ground, you've gone too far. This is not a huge movement, it's slow and controlled. So again, knees over hips, calves parallel to the ground, arms out, and you're just gonna drop to one side. Inhale and come up, drop to the other, inhale and come up. And you will find you can certainly go farther, but staying in the controlled spot is really what is engaging your core and making it work. 6, 7, 8, okay, 9, 10. I think I had 20 down for this one. I timed it and it came to about 20. So that's what we're gonna stop at. If I have to adjust it after I look at the paper, I will. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And we're gonna come back center, and I'm just gonna look. Oh, I didn't write the numbers down on this one. I feel like it was 20 for all of them because I try to keep the core at about 45 seconds. I think I did 20 for the first time, so we're gonna do 20 for all of them. You have the paper with the numbers on it. If it's 24, go ahead and add a couple more. So back to bird dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh yeah, 10, 11, you're making this challenging, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Flop over to dead bug. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh, windshield wipers. We're gonna stay right here. Put our arms out and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure your knees aren't coming in towards your chest. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You also want to make sure that your heels aren't going towards your thighs. 16. If any of that is happening, go ahead and straighten your legs. And as far as where they should be, if they should be straight up or down, that just has to do with your comfort level. And 2 more. All right. Last round through, back to bird dog. Okay, you are making this hard. Move it on. Thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, move kitty cat. Back to bird dog. Dead bug. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And windshield wipers. I always want to forget about them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you do not want to count and you'd rather have a timer, 45 seconds is a good amount of time. And like I said, it equals about 20 of these. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 through 4 there. 18, 19, and 20. The cat is literally drooling all over my arm. I don't know if you can see that. That's really gross, kitty. For your cool down and warm up, I don't have that version out right here. I'm going to assume that I have on there reach through, which is going to look like kind of a child's pose. And you're going to stretch your opposite arm under so you get a nice stretch across your back. Kind of like you're reaching for something under the sofa. And you come forward, stretch back. When you're cooling down and you're in a stretch, I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm looking at you. You want to hold the stretch for 3 deep breaths. So inhale. On the exhale, you can try to go deeper into the stretch if you feel like you need to. And that stretch, you should be feeling your shoulders, your chest, a nice shoulder reach there. The other thing you can do is on one knee, kind of come up into a lunge, and then from here, you can lean forward so you get a stretch all in your quad and your hip here. And then if you push back, you'll get a stretch into your hamstring, which is that muscle on the back of your leg. You just have to stretch back and forth. If being on your knees is uncomfortable, you can actually do both of those standing and get kind of the same result. So for hamstring stretch, I'm going to turn this way. Put one foot just a little bit in front of the other with your toe up, and then hinge. So think about your butt going back to shut a door. And it's going back, and again, you should feel a stretch right back here. anytime you are stretching, don't go past the point of comfort. I can feel the stretch. I don't need to go further. I can go further into the stretch, but it's not benefiting me. I'm just running the risk of actually hurting my hamstring. So I just want to stretch that out. We're going to switch. And then calf stretch. 1 foot a little forward, 1 foot a little behind. And I'm going to shift my weight forward while keeping my back heel on the ground. So I'm getting that stretch in my calf. I could add a little back bend if my back, which felt really good since we were just doing other skaters. I'm gonna switch sides, but you certainly don't need to. It's just something that I needed. If you feel like you're losing your balance, it's because your feet aren't wide enough apart. Feet should be hip width apart. I have a tendency to bring mine in and then stumble around like a drunk person. Before I get into that, there we go. Alternating toe tap. You can do this either way. You can either bring your toe and your hand up, or you can bend down. Either way, you're getting your hamstrings, and you're telling your brain, right, left, all that good stuff. And that may be it. So if you have any questions, need help with anything, if a movement doesn't feel right, or if it's too difficult and you need a modification, let me know. Bye.